This is a military dog with great military achievements. It struggles to break free towards the dead master. It knows the owner is lying inside. Then lie down on the ground obediently. Stand by the side dutifully. It's sadder than anyone at the moment. Until the funeral. It also does not want to leave half a step. The dog's name is Max. It was following its owner a few days ago. Birth and death on a battlefield full of bullets. No matter how dangerous, it will obey the master's command and do the job well. Between them already, comrade-in-arms friendship, as long as the owner is with it, even on a dangerous battlefield. Max is also very satisfied and happy. Today, they patrol as usual. Max suddenly stopped at the corner. The owner knew it must have found something. Immediately signaled the team to stand by. But his companion Arteist said, they have to obey orders. Keep it going. The master had to give orders. Let Max keep going. Armed men hiding in the dark pressed the pre-planted remote control mine. 2 explosions sounded. The master rushed up immediately regardless of the danger. He called Arteist behind him for support, but he hesitated for a moment, hiding in cover. Wait until teammates arrive. Max's owner has died. It doesn't speak, can only bark at Arteist, who killed his master. Who knew he actually pulled out a pistol? Thanks to his comrades who came behind him. Soothes Max's mood. After the master's funeral, Mike doesn't want to go anyway, until it smells familiar. Obediently came to a young man. He is the master's younger brother. Tony, the officer, is helpless. He had to ask him to bring Max back to the car, and Max's eyes stay on Tony. After that it refuses anyone to approach, and was very afraid of gunshots and explosions. The troops decided to euthanize it. Tony's family got the news. Get to the kennel immediately. See the instructor approaching. Max barked at him immediately. Instead, it's the approach to Tony, showing a gentle appearance. He also obeyed his instructions and sat down obediently. That's how Max was rescued by the Tony family. But after all, it is a military dog that has been on the battlefield. Dad is not worried. Decided to tether it to the yard. At night it screams in the sky, like thinking of a deceased master, until Tony showed up with the toy. It finally quieted down. There's no way Tony can only stay by his side. Wait until Tony falls asleep. Max approached him little by little. Protect him like he protects his master. And Tony happens to have a friend who understands dogs very well. Under his guidance, they are getting acquainted. Tony can even untie the leash. Take it for a walk. But this evening, Arteist suddenly came to visit. Lied to them. Retired early due to injury. Who knows when Max sees him? Keep barking. He also pulled out the rivets on the ground and rushed towards him. Thanks to Tony for stopping in time. Arteist also left with a guilty conscience. However, this worried his father very much. Just bought a cage. Lock up Max. At night people set off fireworks. Mike thinks it's gunfire. Wandering restlessly in the cage. Tony found out and got into the cage immediately. Max's mood gradually stabilized. It slowly fell into Tony's arms. Feel the long-lost warmth and comfort. But Daddy wants to kill it. The man opened the dog cage with a serious face. He wants to take the military dog inside. Then he took out the pistol, ready to kill it. But this wakes up the family. The son came and asked what he was doing. Unexpectedly, his father said Max killed his brother, but Tony doesn't believe it at all. He knew his brother would not let his distrustful dog leads the way. Even the mother stood up to stop it. Dad just decided to give it another chance. If Max screwed up again, we'll euthanize it. It was during the day. Arteist, who killed his brother, finds his father. Want to rent a warehouse. Dad asked about his son's death. Unexpectedly, he was shameless. Put all the blame on Max. Said it was out of control for fear. Attacked his master. Indirectly killed his son. And Dad believed it too. This is the scene before. Stubborn Tony decides to get the truth. He came to the military school where his brother trained. Learned from the instructor. Arteist was forced to retire due to administrative punishment. The instructor also took out a CD for him. Inside is the training record of Max and his brother. They grow and train together. Have already formed between each other. Unbreakable friendship. Look at how close they are. Tony couldn't hold back the tears. Max also quickly got up to comfort him. At this moment Tony believes that Arteist is lying. To figure out the ins and outs, he and Max followed Arteist all the way. In the woods outside the suburbs, but unexpectedly found. He's smuggling arms with the gang. Seeing the other party holding an RPG bazooka, Max was subconsciously excited, but it was discovered by the other's hound. The gangsters are immediately alert. 2 fierce hounds chase them too. Crucial moment. Max steps up. Keep Tony behind. Can face 2 hounds. It's not quite sure. Glancing back at Tony, decided to lead the hound away alone. Give Tony a chance to escape. Experienced Max used the terrain to hide. Accidentally lost a leg of the hound and kicked another hound down the ravine. After solving them, find the boy to meet immediately. They stopped a hitchhiker on the road, ready to go back, tell his family, but just got home. He saw Arteist appear in his home. The villain first sued that Max bit someone, privately threatened Tony with his family. Keep him tight-lipped about today's events. Otherwise, the gang will come to trouble his family. There is no way Tony can only promise, but smart Max won't accept his fate easily. This illustrious military dog, about to be euthanized, but it has more important things to do. It bites the stick recklessly. It broke free without the administrator noticing. After bringing down the admin, quickly escaped from the shelter. But that night, when Dad went to the warehouse to check, bumped into Arteist, who was carrying weapons. In order not to leak the news, they can only keep Dad under control. On the other side, The mother also found that the father was missing, and the phone can't get through. At this time, Max's cry came from outside the door. Tony quickly took it to find Dad. Sure enough, wait for the warehouse. Only found Dad's gun holster. Max sniffed the holster, relying on a keen sense of smell to track all the way. During this time they traveled, chased all night in the wild, finally came to a cliff. Looking down, he happened to see Arteist and his party, and the kidnapped dad. Tony immediately decided to let the girl go to the rescue, but just then his friend's phone rang. Arteist and others immediately became alert. The military dogs also rushed towards them quickly. Max bears the brunt, wrestling with the hound, then take it around in the forest, until it's exhausted and panting. Kick it down the hill. The hound rolls straight to the river. Max chases after Victory, kicked it into the river, and Arteist came with a gun. Tony saw his chance and rushed down the hill, a tail wagging with a bicycle. Solved an accomplice. His father also took the opportunity to deal with the people who stayed behind to guard, but he saw Max running towards him. After Max throws people down, Dad takes another punch. Then he realized that it was Max who saved him. Then it found Tony, guide him to evade pursuit. They jumped on the rails together, but Max almost fell into the abyss. Seeing that Arteist is chasing after him, Tony can only move on and pull him away, but the bridge ahead has been blown up. He has nowhere to run. Arteist catches up with him and punches and kicks. At this time, Max catches up. It saved Tony despite the danger. Such a loyal dog. How to kill his master. Luckily Max was only slightly injured. Tony took it to his brother's grave. Thank him for leaving Max to himself, and his dad totally embraced it.